want to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail heroic. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood. The important thing is I'm giving you peace.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5 Qapla, and welcome to BedLife for September 10th, 2021. It's a Friday. TBIF, although it doesn't feel like a Friday. We've got doctor's appointments and calls coming in, and crazy day.
Captain's log,
Wesley
Stardate
Crusher
7414.1.
with a
Our
$5
best estimates
super
place
chat.
us some 4 hours from Earth.
Says Wesley with a $5 super chat, says, "Hello world, it's Wesley Crusher. This is my stream now." Well, welcome, Wes. And I did start an hour early, so we can finish an hour early. Because whether you guys care or not, I want to be able to go to Friday night sites as they are having the distinguished. I say that hard to do without laughing. Alex Jones on tonight, and the truth is, I just don't think the stream is going to survive. I'd watch it later in the night or tomorrow, but I highly doubt the stream will be available once it isn't live. In fact, I'm not even sure they will make it through the live stream without being taken down. So it's just kind of that thing that you've got to be there to watch live or you might miss it forever. So that's why we started an hour early. With that, John Araki at 8:33 a.m. just typed a single character into the chat, the number 1, the loneliest number that there ever was, or so I'm told. And at nearly the same exact instant, Richie Poole, instead of typing in the number 1, the single character on the keyboard, the number 1, Richie Poole decided to type in all caps, FIRST, exclamation point, exclamation point. Any one of those characters could have been the chance, the reason that by the time he hit enter, it was milliseconds different from the time John Araki had hit enter. And Richie Poole actually ended up in second place, but not first in the official count. To the point that Richie Poole needed it to go to a photo finish because to Richie, he looked like he was number one. To John, he was number one. And I had to go, in fact, confirm that nope, John Araki was, in fact, the first person to comment today. And Richie Poole was a very, very close second. And that was not, Richie Poole was not happy. John Araki's second place is just first loser. That's a quote from Ricky Bobby. Indeed. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Hail Karoga, TBIF. Hello and hail Karoga. Not Ryan Johnson, Qapla. 47 Yorktown says, greetings from Eastern Canada. Greetings, 47 Yorktown. Actor says 9/10. That's the 9th of October. It's like a month away, Bert. No. In America, 9/10 means September 10th. Kronos says first, and he says, son of a bitch. Not even close, Kronos. Kronos is 9 or 9/10 of what? And then Kronos says, bird. No, I did not. I did not, Kronos. It is a little too early to make jokes. We need one more day. It's got to be 20 years plus a day. You got to wait two more days. Agnes says, I don't know the states you mean. I'm sure some countries were cracking jokes that same day. I'm sure some were. And truth were there were Americans making jokes way, way sooner. But I think I think we can all agree 20 years is a pretty safe amount of time. Actor would say that in Bird's channel, yes, it would be early. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla, brother warrior. Hail, Karoga. Hail to you, Jedi Bill. And Jedi Bill, I see you've changed your stream now to 10 a.m. Eastern on September 11th. Tomorrow, I will still be able, I plan to still be able to be there. I have a doctor. The doctor called. She's decided to come and have an appointment tomorrow. I told her it has to be by 3 p.m. Eastern because I have my own appointment. I told her at 3. I didn't tell her that the appointment was for Cinema Saturday. But so at some point for a little bit, I might have to be busy tomorrow with a doctor. But otherwise, for the most part, I should be able to be there, Jedi Bill, from 10 a.m. on. I don't know how long you were planning on going. 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, Cinema Saturday, and of course, being it is going to be September 11th, I decided a September 11th movie would be best, so it's going to be United 93 is to be the movie for tomorrow. Now, unlike most Cinema Saturday movies, I've never seen United 93. Honestly, I purposely went out of my way not to watch 9/11 related movies. So this is other than documentaries, this will be my first 9/11 themed movie I've ever seen. And then I hope to watch this other movie called Worth that's on Netflix. That's another 9/11 inspired movie that deals with how they came up, how much to give everybody who died, their family members. And it's supposedly a crazy good movie, but I've never seen it, and it's 2 hours long. and it just came out in like 3 weeks ago.
It's a fake.
Or 2 weeks ago. So it was way too new to use for Cinema Sad Day. And the Random Menace donated €2. Thank you so much. And says, could you do a flight simulator stream tomorrow? No, Random Menace. Certainly not during Cinema Saturday. After that, I can't promise. Oh, God. Super Blubberput says, hello, guys. Number one sci-fi is effing rant commencing in T-minus 30 minutes. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to rant today. I'm going to talk for sure, but I don't think I'm going to rant. Let's see. Dan Ben says, I think I've seen 2 or 3 of your 9/11 lives. Yeah, I tended to do 9/11 live streams. But today is not going to be about September 11th so much as September 10th, 2001. The last day of normalcy before the world changed. It was a special day for me. I remember it, and we'll talk about it. And I don't know. We'll see what happens from there. I know Mamo Pray has something. A short Mamo Pray story when she's ready. So Wesley says, is it Dear Bop time? No, not yet, Wes. Arabic Sonder donated $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Arabic Sonder. And by the way, I hope you guys can hear the audio now. You guys should be able to hear the audio from those super chats. Thanks to LDG for helping me get that sorted. It was a simple solution. I just didn't know where the option was. Wesley Crusher says, Berto Pray 5. Hello world, it's Wesley Crusher. Today we have a MOP story and some Dear Bop letters written by viewers like you. Except Soft Buddy. Yes, no, we don't. We don't take from Soft Buddy. Dave G Sound says, Qapla. Hello, Qapla. Everybody, Qapla, Dave G. Pflugerville says, Qapla, Qapla, Pfluger. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Captain Trek says, hello, Captain. John DeMarco says, greetings to everyone. Greetings, John. And John is, of course, heading the Jep Nerdy that Anti-Tracker will be doing, Salty Tracker will be doing this evening. The Random Menace says, the early bird touches his worm. I am not a native speaker, so I hope the proverb is correct. Greetings from the future. You know damn well that's not the correct saying. Pfluger says, happy Orville Day. Was today Orville Day? I don't think so. Keely Chow says, hey everybody, Qapla Keely. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, Alex Jones will be on. I'm there, post link. You just got to, after this stream, just go to YouTube and look for Nerdrotic's link to Friday Night Tights. Who's doing the interview? Well, I mean, there's going to be Gary, Jeremy, I'm sure. He said that they're not going to do a full panel when Alex is on. I'm guessing Alex is only going to be there for a couple of hours. They usually go 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes. So I don't know, but they're not going to have. At last, he said for the couple of hours when Alex Jones himself is on, they were not going to keep a full panel like they usually do. So I'm guessing Gary and probably Jeremy and I don't know, one or two other people will be on the stream with Alex. They basically expect Alex will be doing most of the talking himself. He kind of just says what he wants to say. If you've ever seen him on someone else's streams. Qapla Keely. Wesley says, poor Richie, it was stolen from him. Dave G says, roll tide, as does Keely. The Random Menace says, Alex Jones on Friday Night Tights. Whatever, a perfect storm of garbage collection he will gladly skip. Kronos is Bird of Prey, Qapla. And were you late? No, I'm an hour early, Kronos. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Brother Warrior. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga, Jedi Bill. Dave G says, clean your chronometers. Well, that's, yes, that's what the Federation could have done to the Klingons if it went to war, at least according to Rene Auberjonois. Richie Poole, Colonel West. Richie Poole says, hello, world. Captain Trax is Bird of Prey. Enjoy watching Friday night. Blah. You and right. And you're right, the stream will not last. Well, we'll see what happens. I just think it's a possibility it will not. Donde está Maria? Says John Araki. Maria es muy loco en la cabeza. Maria, oh, Bible Pray is saying Maria is not crazy in the head. I thought that was saying Maria was away on a I don't know, a school trip. Richie Poole says, Bird of Prey, what's with the early start? Already explained. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, Qapla, Bird of Prey. I am at the dentist, so I just like to say blah, 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 goot, and spit. Hope it goes well, executive producer Saul Leibowitz. Kronos says, hey, ma, hey, pa, hey, ma, hey, pa, hey, Saul. John Araki says, hashtag cancel Baxter, hashtag free Gina. Richie Poole says, dear Sop, dear Mop, dear Nop. No, well, okay then. Dear Bop. Sis O'Prey is with nephew O'Prey and some of her friends. At this point, they should be in Boston, Massachusetts, and headed up to Maine for a stay at a coastal house in Maine for a few days. A little late summer vacation. Kronos says, hey to the floor. No, hey to the flug. Oh, to flug. Yes, of course. Hey to flug. Got everybody saying hello to each other. Let's see. Kronos' bird is best while ranting. Well, maybe. Kronos says September 10th is today. Yes, I'm aware, Kronos. I'm aware. Dan has more than 100 followers on YouTube. Congrats, Dan. Ben. Richie Poole says super chat audio is perhaps a bit too loud, but we can hear it. Lol. So now complaining about it being too loud. That's okay. We can fix that actually. We'll put it to 50% instead of 75% volume. That should help. Dan says better video quality intros is what I need if I want to make better videos. No, true. Not true, Dan. Don't worry about intros. Don't worry about outros. Don't worry about anything except the actual crux of the video. The video is the most important thing. And by video, I actually mean the audio of the video. If you have a good sounding video, everything else is secondary. Okay? A nice flashy introduction, it makes you feel better. The people watching could not give a shit. They could not care less about seeing the most fancy, sparkling intro. It doesn't matter. They're there to watch a video. If there's a fancy beginning, some people might say, oh, this is cool. The vast majority just want it to be over with. And honestly, the quicker you get to the crux of your video, the better it is for the people watching. Everything else is secondary. Don't ever not do a video because you're worried about not having a good intro or a good outro or special effects. Just as long as you've got a good microphone, that's all you need. Just start talking, recording it. If you can be on camera, great. If you can't be on camera, get yourself a background image of some sort and just use that. Darius McMochhausen says, Qapla, Qapla. Darius. Dan says, I had millions of views on my Pinterest page at one time. Pinterest used to be really popular. And Pfluger says, it is Orville Day. First premiered September 10th, 2017. Oh, so it is Orville Day. I stand corrected. Pfluger hails the Jedi Bill. Chrono says, don't hurt his planet. Who's trying to hurt your planet? And Wesley Crusher with another $5 super chat. And says, my favorite part of your stream is the clip I filmed for you. I say Qapla. You do, Wes. Thank you so much for that. Getting Gowron to say Qapla for me. I'd play it, but there's no way to just play that part. I don't think. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have it set up. I don't have it set up. Kronos, he says, I can't speak Spanish. It's okay, Kronos, you don't have to. I can't either. Wazzy Bird is behind on chat already. Of course I am. You guys keep talking. Where are we? Darius is Bird of Prey. Did you already talk about Manu treating your video addressed to him? No. So, I don't know, like 6 months ago, Manu Interabi, the guy who played Ichib on Voyager, who Salty and I got to interview on Orville Nation's channel, and I think we got again on Anti-Trekker's channel. At the time, it was Anti-Trekker's channel. So Manu, I don't know, a few months ago, he tweeted something about how it was ridiculous for conservatives or Republicans to be Star Trek fans. So I had to, I wrote out I did a video response to Manu, and I called it Dear Manu, and I tweeted it to him at the time, and he didn't tweet it back or anything. And I thought I forgot about it, to be quite honest. But then yesterday, Darius told me that, hey, Manu tweeted out your stream. Now I thought he tweeted out my most recent one, which was the Star Trek Lower Decks one. But when I looked up his account, I saw that Manu had actually just tweeted out the response I did to him. So it felt kind of good that Manu did at least read what I read. Now, from what I could get, I don't know if Manu watched it or not, but he seemed to be kind of open to it. He didn't say this guy's an idiot. However, many of the people who Manu, because he retweeted it, many of the people on Manu's list did not feel I was being sincere, or did not feel I was being honest. Which, do I care? No, I don't care. But and unfortunately, does Manu retweeting it, is it going to cause any great help to my channel? No, not really. Manu is a relatively small YouTuber. He doesn't have a giant following. But it was pretty cool to see something I had made for a specific celebrity actually be retweeted by that celebrity. Now, when it turns out to be William Shatner or something, then I'll be excited. Wesley says, Bird, I'm off to work, but so tired, need sleep. I'm sorry, Wes. Get some rest when you can. Kronos says, Bird of Prey, do you think female actors are called actresses? I mean, I know they are. Kronos says, thank you for saying you couldn't care less. Well, yeah, no, that's the proper way to say it. Wesley with another $5 says, my favorite part of your stream is the clip I filmed for you. Oh, yes, I read that already, where he says Qapla. Kronos is Bird of Prey. This I will not forgive or forget. Kronos says, I can't speak Aussie too well either. Wesley says, you heard it here, Bird of Prey. Say, shut up. Shut up, Wesley. Do you feel better? Kronos puts in a bunch of kangaroos. Richie says, shut up, Wesley. John Araki's putting in alpacas. Richie Bull says, Bird of Prey. That explains the like I got yesterday for one of the comments I left on your Manu video. Milton, the Insane Witch King, says, Bird, bird, bird. Bird, bird, bird. Hello. Hello, Milton. Dan Ben says she thought it was false positives on the medical test and protesting didn't prevent the death. I missed what that is. And Wesley uses all the custom emojis. Thank you, Wesley. So, 20 years ago today was September 10th. And a few hours after, like at this point, I would be getting ready to leave work. It was a Monday. 20 years ago, it was a Monday. And I had to make it into Manhattan by like 5:30 or 6 o'clock because we were having a bachelor party for my good friend from college who was older than me. He was like, I don't know, I was 21 at the time. He was like 25 or 26. And he had gone into the Navy first and then came and finished engineering, degree in college. So he was off to get married, and I was off to get I had just gotten a job, more or less. And due to his brother also being in the Navy, the only day the brother could do a bachelor party was on this particular Monday night. So even though it was a weird night for a bachelor party, it was the night we all decided to meet up and have it. So I don't even remember where half the places were, but I remember taking the Long Island Railroad into the city, which was one of the first times I had taken it into the city. The few times I'd been in the city before that, I always drove. But being it was a bachelor party, I really didn't want to drive. Because I didn't know where we were going to be going. And the thought was we were just going to catch, trains or buses and go wherever we wanted to go. So I didn't want to have to worry about looking for parking spaces and whatnot. So I purposely took mass transport for like one of the first times into the city on my own. It was relatively easy. I got into the city. We went to a steakhouse to start out with, and everything was cool. And I remember looking up at the Twin Towers and really wondering, hey, this is a beautiful sight. It was a beautiful night. It was a beautiful day. Like it was a day a lot like today, a cool but sunny day. And I really thought to myself, maybe I should rethink my whole opinion on me hating the island of Manhattan, on me wishing the island would sink. And so we went around, we did different things, and I don't know, it was like 3 a.m, and I had just apparently there's like 2 hours that there's no train service between Penn Station and my house. There's 2 hours between 1 and 3 a.m. So I think I had just missed like the last train. So I had to hang out in Penn Station, which was the hardest thing to do because there really is no comfortable place to sit down, especially in the middle of the night. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not above sitting on the floor, but cold day in hell before I was going to sit on the floor in Penn Station. So I got home. I tried to get to sleep. I couldn't get to sleep. And it was just one of those days where like, I was still young enough that I could do a night with almost no sleep and just figured I'd get the next day over with. So I went into work super early, and of course we all knew what happened from there. But the night before, I had a beautiful dinner. We had fun. We went bowling, I think. We went to a dance place. And I really thought that I had given Manhattan had the wrong idea about Manhattan. And I was like, yeah, I should come here more often. And no, of course. Um, by the next day, by 8:30, 9 a.m. the next day, not only was I realized how wrong I was about coming more often, I was like, I gotta go even less, because I did not want to be stuck in that. I saw, oh my God, everything that was happening, and it was awful. It was awful. Kronos' Bird of Prey, I remember right where I was when I saw the attacks on TV. Do you? Yes. Well, I was sitting at my desk on the first floor of the building when MOP Tale called me and said, did you see a plane hit the World Trade Center? So there were two other guys working with me in the office where I was. I said, "Oh, something big happened. A plane hit the World Trade Center." So we all went up to the main floor of the office where there was a big TV that was hooked to the news. And by the time we got there, like the entire company was already around the television. And I'm like, what happened? And like people didn't want to answer. And like I got there just in time to see a plane hit the World Trade Center. And I assumed that they were replaying the video of the original plane hitting the World Trade Center. But as I'm watching, I'm like, well, wait, why was the other one already on fire? Why was there already smoke coming out? Why was the camera following this plane? And then I realized that, oh shit, this is a second plane hitting the second tower. And that moment of realization, I think it hit everybody about the same time. Then we had locals who were in our office who had wives, spouses who worked in the trade center, and they were trying to make calls and they couldn't get through to anybody. Luckily, as far as I know, the people who I worked with, their families had made it. But I had a good friend whose father did not. So I remember calling all my friends who lived or worked in Manhattan that day. Cell phone service was spotty at best. Most people were happy to pick up and say, oh, they were okay, but some you could tell I called and they were hoping to hear from their loved ones, and including that one whose family member didn't make it. I called to see how he was doing, and I honestly had forgotten his dad. I didn't know if I forgotten or never knew that his dad did work in the Trade Center. And that's when I heard about it, and yeah, it wasn't good. Richie Pools is Bird of Prey. So your point of the story is that 9/11 was your fault for thinking ill of Manhattan the day before. Honestly, Richie Pool, no. I put the cause of 9/11 on something even more ridiculous, and I hesitate to even say it out loud because there's always a chance someone is listening who knows what I'm talking about. But in the most non-detailed way I can explain it. And, the more I think about it, the more I suspect it's a symptom and not the actual cause. But leading up to 9/11, a lot of really weird, inexplicable, strange things started happening, not only to me, but to people around me. And one of those things was the breakup of a guy and gal who had been together throughout almost all of college, and who we all, every one of us, would have bet big money would have been married a year or two after they graduated and starting a family, because they were that close the entire time. Like they were the closest couple you knew in college. And then a few weeks before 9/11, they break up. And it wasn't mutual. It was one side broke it off. And it dumbfounded me that this could even be happening. And even after the attack, where they knew the other one had, let's say, ties to the area, to the neighborhood, to the people, I would have thought, well, surely they will get back together, if only to ride through the end of this tragedy. No, they did not. And I don't know, for a bit, I kind of blamed the happening on the choice of ending that relationship. But in hindsight, I suspect that we were going through a period of instability in, I don't know what, the universe or spiritual plane or something. And the fact that this couple would break up for what still to me appears to be no consistent reason ever given. It's not that he cheated or she cheated or whatever. It just, one day they were like, "I'm sick of you," and goodbye. And it made no sense. Still doesn't make sense. And I still think it has something to do with 9/11. Now, I have no way of proving it, but I think if one could have prevented 9/11, one would have prevented that as well. Even though it predated 9/11 by a few days, maybe a week even. I think that's was when the decision was made, that the plans were put in place, and things like what I witnessed were just side effects of reality fracturing. And I do think it fractured our reality to a point that everything changed after that. Chrono saw the second attack. Chrono says, "Better pray, are you getting metaphysical?" Kinda, Chronos. I mean, it's bigger than it was bigger than us. It's bigger than any one person. It's bigger than, honestly, it's bigger than many things. It's like a nexus point of the universe. I truly think that. And it's sad. Like, at this point, 20 years later, if I could have personally prevented 9/11, would I have? I think I have to say yes. Like, I don't know if I would have personally prevented Pearl Harbor at this point, because so much of our history, um, exists only because of Pearl Harbor. But 9/11, if I had to repeat the years since 9/11, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would prevent it. And we'd try to make the best of what we've got from that point out. I don't know. John Street says, but Bird of Prey, if you stop 9/11, then Karoga would never have rise to 999th world power. I think it would, Josh Street. Milton Knowles, the Insane Rich King, says, I reckon 9/11 was caused by Godzilla, but people didn't want to see the truth so much. They pretend the airplanes did it. Richie Pools is Bird of Prey. Bush's presidential daily brief warned your friends break up, but he ignored it. Dan Ben says, my town in England has lots of dark alleyways. Do not go down them at night. Thank you, Dan. I will try to remember that. Mom will pray before you fall asleep. Do you want to? Yeah, let's get Mom will pray before she takes her nap. She'll talk a little bit. Okay, camera is off. Mom will pray. Kronos, this is for you, Kronos. Well, no, it's for everybody. Kronos says, hey, Mom will pray, tale time.
Hey guys, of course, when Bird asked me if I had a tale to tell, and I thought he was doing the 20th 9/11 stream, I had a tale about that morning, September 11th. But when I realized he was really speaking about September 10th, I actually do have a tale for that too. And it's a bit more relevant to my family. I don't mean 9/11 isn't relevant. I definitely don't mean that. But luckily, we did not lose anybody close to us on 9/11. The world lost, the country lost, the city lost, everyone lost. But if we go back a day before, as Bird said, he was in Manhattan. Dad O'Prey and I were still in Brooklyn, and Sis O'Prey was there too. And the night before, though it had been a really nice day, for some reason, whatever reason the weather is, Dad O'Prey and I were getting ready to go to pay our respects. One of my uncles, this was my mother's, my biological mother's brother, had passed away, and they were over the Verrazano Bridge in Staten Island was the wake. And Dad O'Prey and I were getting ready to go pay our respects, and the skies opened up, the rain came. so terribly that, I mean, Dad'll pray would drive in anything. But it was raining so hard. And we knew that my uncle was going to be waked or laid out for the following night also. And it was raining so hard, we just said, you know what? Let's just go tomorrow. It's crazy to drive in this, especially over the Verrazano Bridge. So we stayed home. Of course, the rain stopped within a half hour and it became a nice evening again. But I do want to speak a few minutes about my uncle. My mother, as most of you know, passed away when I was 5 years old. She was one of 5 children. And my aunts, there were 3 girls and 2 boys, so my mother passed. There were 2 aunts left and 2 uncles. And this was my, quote, Uncle Buddy. That's what everybody called him, Uncle Buddy. His name was Charles. Charles was my grandfather's name. This was his oldest son. He was named after his father. And for some reason, he got the nickname Buddy. And that's where it said. But my uncle, both my uncles were in World War II. And luckily, they both came home. And they were really close to me growing up, especially after they lost their sister. And I don't know how to put it, but both my uncles were really special people. And I really wanted to go. Now, let me explain. My Uncle Buddy was in his 90s already in 2001. And it wasn't, I mean, he lived a good, long life. And I just wanted to go and pay my respects. But I never got there because by the next night, as everyone knows, everything in New York was closed. All the highways, all the bridges, everything. And one of my regrets is not going to pay. But I do believe that whether you pay your respects at a wake or a funeral, that once you're gone, people that are gone know somehow who's thinking of them and wishing that they rest in peace. But that's my September 10th story. I'm dedicating it to my Uncle Buddy. And may he rest in peace 20 years later. That's about it, guys. I mean, I could go over September 11th, but I think we all know what's going on there. So,
Was Uncle Buddy the guy who?
no, that was my Uncle George. My other uncle, when you were what, 2 years old?
I think I was older than 2.
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4 or 5. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember it.
Bird was a young tot. And we went to a park that my uncle worked for the New York City Parks Department. And we went, I didn't realize he was working there. And as we went near the, whatever they call it, field house, there he was. And I was so shocked to see him, and he was shocked. He hadn't seen Joe since your christening, I guess, or soon after. And right away came over. Oh, so happy to see him, hugged him, and stuck a $20 bill in his pocket. That's the kind of family I am. If you see a child You haven't seen them, they're a relative. Even if they're not a relative, you give them money. Not a whole bunch of money. You
Hey,
don't.
$20 is $20.
Yes, yes, and in those days
Especially
it
to a
was.
5-year-old.
Right, but I mean, you don't go open a college fund for them. We don't have that kind of money, but I guess whatever you had extra in your pocket, you gave. One of the things. But I don't want to bring this guy down. It's just 9/11 stream is a sad day, and but 9/10 was sad for me too.
Huh.
So.
Well, what about that? What was it? A prince on the plane gave you Swiss or whatever.
No, he was a governor.
A governor.
A governor in the UK.
Oh, UK. Yeah.
He gave us a £5 note.
A £5 note. Yeah.
Now, that you weren't even two on.
That one I don't remember getting, but I
Okay.
remember you having it for me.
Yes.
Hi, Governor. He gave me a £5 note.
All right. This is a little bit off topic. A lot off topic. American Airlines, I guess 40 years ago, was offering first class tickets for only $20 more than their coach. I was 7 months pregnant with Sis O'Prey, so that made Bert O'Prey a little less than 2 years old. And we were going down to Florida to visit my family. And we were at first class, which was an experience. I had never ridden first class before. So it was Dad O'Prey, me, and Bert. And Bert was busy running around first class.
Yeah.
Yeah, back and forth. You know, you try to keep a 1.5-year-old in a seat for 3.5 hours, I guess. And this older couple sitting across from us was so intrigued with him. In fact, their son had passed away. And they just kept saying Bird reminded them of their son years ago, you know, when he was a baby. And then they gave him a £5 note. Yeah, you just walked around and got money. I don't know why. You know, it's a see, but you can't.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Well.
People just give me money. That's the way.
I have that £5 note somewhere.
I have that £5.
Oh, you have it. I mean, it's somewhere.
It is.
I don't remember where.
It's with the important stuff.
Oh, okay. All right, guys, go back to your dear bop and whatever, and everybody have a great evening, a great weekend, and all that. A great life. That's even better. A great life.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Mom.
Oh, thank you for listening, everybody, to an old lady ramble.
Nobody thinks of you like that.
I do.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I had a £5 UK note somewhere, bank note. I don't even know if it's still good. No, they don't use euros. They kept their money. You sure it's not a Scottish pound? I don't know. I just thought it was something different than a British pound. But whatever, it's somewhere. Richie Pool. No, I read that. Josh reaches Bird of Prey. You could do the movie World Trade Center 2006 falls in the 10 years or older for tomorrow's movie, and the movie is free with ads at youtube.com. Well, we're going to do the movie United 93, which is also from 2006, I believe, or 2007. So, yeah. We could have done that, but I haven't seen United 93, so I'm interested in seeing it. We'll see how it goes. And yes, I used to be 3 and 4, and 2 and 1. Dark Maul says he was chick. It's okay to say Bird was a chick. That's true. Vile Mike says, howdy, folks. Good timing for me. It's story time with Mamo Pray. Yes. Although you came in towards the end, Vile. Could have been here just a little bit sooner. Project Achieva says wholesome stream. Well, that was while Mamo Pray was talking. Welcome, Project Achieva. Cockney O'Prey, says Darius. I don't know what that means. Viles says you got money out of a British politician. Props to you. Indeed. I wonder if it belonged to the British people. And Viles says maybe Brit O'Prey. Chrono says now I have to make baby Bird O'Prey jokes. Darth Maul says or Cock O'Prey since it's bird. And Spike's become a member for 4 months in a row. Thank you, Spike, for renewing your membership. Darius's Mom O'Prey is so sweet. Aw. The Random Menace is thanks to Mom O'Prey. Chronos says hey to DD and LDG. Oh, LDG says that's a tall order. I don't know what that was in response to. DD Myers is Bird of Prey. Qapla, how are you and the family doing? Doing okay, DD. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. But other than that, doing okay. I feel okay. It's just when they decided to come. Kronos is Bird of Prey. Like the shirt. Thank you, Kronos. I asked Mom of Prey what was the most patriotic shirt I had available. Daniel's Hot Topics. Hey, Daniel says, how are you today? I'm doing okay, Daniel. Thank you for asking. And Dee Dee says, thanks for the tale to Mamo Pray. And Kronos says, the eagle looks pissed. It is. It's an angry eagle. This is the September 12th eagle, not the September 10th eagle. Wow. Really? Are we that far behind in the chat? No. No, we can't be. Have you seen 12 Strong? Asked Jedi Bill. No, Jedi Bill, I don't think I have. Cronus says, Lol, Chico Prey. I can't unforget that now. Richie Fools is Bird of Prey. You could have done King Kong 1976. Tomorrow, Kong climbs one of the towers and jumps from one to the other before the evil humans kill him. I suppose I could have done that, but instead it's going to be United 93. Ken Jack Band says, how's it going, Grit Guy? Hey, Ken Jack Band. I hope Grit Guy is doing well. Deej Odyssey says, greetings, birds, turds, and nerds. Deej, did you steal that from Wes? Welcome, Deej. Josh reads his Night of the Old Republic remake trailer. Link. LDG says, make sure to wish Philip Gaming a happy birthday today like Deej did. Oh, very cool. Happy birthday to Philip Gaming if you're here, Philip. Chronos' Bird is now going to cheat and skip hours worth of chats. No, not if they had that Birdo Prey 5. Darth Maul says, it's sad how far we've come in 20 short years. A very united nation seemingly pulling apart. Man, I'll tell you, some of the scariest things I've ever seen were those times we were so united after 9/11. Like I'd be driving through the neighborhood and there would be spontaneous demonstrations of patriotism, but like I didn't feel safe driving down the block. Like people would start banging on your car to make you honk your horn in support of the flag. Like, God damn it, man. I used to fly the flag before it was cool. Okay. I flew the flag before 9/11 was a thing. Okay. I had the flag out on my car. I had the flag in my apartment before 9/11. After 9/11, everybody got the flag, right? For years, you'd see American flags broken on the side of the highway because all these people would run out and get these flags as a knee-jerk reaction and have no idea how to care for them or realize that, hey, if you're putting this plastic thing out your window, you damn well better make sure your window is closed tight, or you don't go over a certain speed, or it's going to rip and break off. And then once it did, well, what are you going to do? You can't come to a stop on a frickin' highway. So the flags would inevitably end up in the ditches and litter the highways. And there was years, multiple years that I couldn't go to work without seeing at least one flag, if not a dozen, littered on the side of the highway. It was terrible. It was terrible. I remember when I told Mao Prey that I moved my flag. I always had the flag inside my apartment pre 9/11. On 9/11, I moved it to outside. This is when I had a 6-story apartment, and I put it outside. And Mama Prey was worried that it would look like a target. She was nervous. She didn't say not to do it, but you could tell she was nervous. Like someone would be flying a plane and spot a 3-foot by 5-foot American flag from a mile away and decide to fly the plane into my building or something. It was crazy. That's what people were thinking. Deej says, everybody got the flag. You make it sound like the clap. Deej, I'm going to be honest. If you didn't know how to take care of the flag, if you didn't fly the flag before 9/11, you probably had no business flying it after. Okay? Unless you knew what you were doing. If your first flag you ever got was because, oh shit, we got attacked and now this is the trendy thing to do, then yeah, you shouldn't have had a flag. The US flag isn't a trend. Okay? It's not like, it's not a fashion accessory. It's not a decoration. The flag is not a decoration. That's what it was being treated like. It was being treated like, oh, it was the new pet rock. It was the new Fergie, whatever the fuck those things were called. It was the new Tamagotchi. Everybody had to get one. No, okay? Bullshit. It was worse that people were getting all these flags and not knowing how to take care of them, not knowing how to display them, and causing more trouble than it was worth. Captain Trax is Bird of Prey. At least I can say, thank God, no Section 31 show. Well, it really looks at this point that there's no Section 31 show. Kronos is Bird of Prey. I think he meant Qapla, but hello, Kronos. Josh Streets is Bird of Prey. You skipped 2 hours of Bird of Prey comments just now. I don't think I did, but I will go back up and check. Deej says, everybody got the flag, Bird of Prey. You make it sound like the clap. I read that. Deej says, no 54.5 Access Radio. I lost more subs. It's back to needing 12. I'm sorry, Deej. If it makes you feel any better, and I doubt it does, despite me putting out 3 videos yesterday, one of them the best, one of my best performing videos of all time, I got absolutely 0 new subscribers. Hundreds and hundreds of views in the last 24 hours over 3 videos. 0 new subscribers. It's never happened before. Daniel says, wow, that happened, Bird. I never even heard of this. If you mean the flag stuff, yeah. The flag happened all over. Deej says, breaking news, Cinnabon spotted trying to fly his plane into Bird's house. That's another thing that it effed up. Microsoft Flight Simulator. When you used to crash into a building, you used to see the plane wreckage fall to the ground. After 9/11, they had to stop that. Vile says, please, people still decorate their houses and cars with the U.S. flag or a favorite political version of it, whether that be the thin blue line or the gay pride rainbow version. Yeah, people, ever since people are using the flag more and more, but it's not nearly as bad as it was in the months after, the year after 9/11. Arabic Saunders is Bird of Prey. I thought I heard Kurtzman say something about an Academy show. Yes. So the next show they're working on, although there's no rush on it, is a Starfleet Academy show. They made no comment about a Section 31 show. They did repeatedly say that there's 5 shows in production, and those 5 shows means that none of them are Section 31, because we know all 5 shows already. You've got Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Prodigy, Star Trek Lower Decks, and Strange New World. So those are the 5 shows currently in production or various stages thereof. And then they talked about the next show that will eventually come out is slated to be a Starfleet Academy show. But as Kurtzman said, they were in no rush. So probably the Academy show will replace either Discovery or Picard or whatever the next show that leaves the rotation will be. After that, if there's a Section 31 show, who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But by that point, who would even star in it? what would it be based on? Nobody would know. Let me see if I missed any comments. John Street, if you stopped 9/11, Karoga wouldn't have risen to 999th world power. I think I read that. I read that. The Random Menace is November 18th is a big day. Discovery Season 4. So excited for your reviews. Okay, November 18th. Yes, Random Menace. Sorry I missed that. Kronos is Bird of Prey. Remember right where I was when you saw the attacks. Yes. So I was at work. I explained that. Yeah, Tribble cereal. Okay, so I didn't I missed one comment from Yosef. No, which sorry I missed it, but hardly 2 hours worth of comments. Okay. Yes, Richie Pool. Dear Bop time. I guess it's time to do Dear Bop. Ken Jack Ben says best Saved by the Bell, Starfleet Academy. Zach Morris is the same kind of alien as the girl from Out of This World. I don't know. I've never seen Out of This World, I guess. Okay. So it is time for some Dear Bops. What do we got? 9 Dear Bops. We'll see. I'll be honest, if the Dear Bop doesn't look like it's going to pass muster, I'm just going to skip it. And I expect you guys to just let it be if that's the case. Okay. Dear Bop, I was born in this basement a long time ago. I never been outside. I see people walking by sometimes through a little window up high in the wall. Sometimes they see me and scream and run away. What is so special about the outside world that I do not have right here in my basement? Why do other people look so much different than me? Well, I don't know what you look like. But if you're living in a basement, it's very possible that you are a hideous monster, like from Goonies. So I suggest you watch Goonies and pay attention to the character. Pay attention to the character, what's his name? Sloth. And if you look like Sloth, you might be a very nice guy or gal. But if you look like him, that's why the people scream and run away. Yeah, you scare them; they fear you. So, listen, it's just the hand you were dealt. There are worse things in life. You'll be okay. But that's probably it. We all know that people keep freaks in basements. That's what they're there for. That's why they have tiny windows. Not just, you see, in New York City, the tiny windows are so that they can let water in and people can drown during flooding, which is very, very sad. But it did happen. And you would think that you would have to be, I don't know, brain damaged to drown in your basement when the water's coming in. But like more than one person happened to. In fact, a surprising number of people died in their basements in New York City over this last week from Hurricane Ida's rain. And I think it's because they literally didn't know where else to go. Like they just didn't understand that if the water's coming in too fast, you have to get out of the basement or you will drown. I think they honestly didn't know what to do. If their power went out, I think they were so panicked trying to figure out how to use their telephone, their cell phone that wasn't ever going to work, that they literally drowned trying to Google what to do if water is rising in your basement. I have no other explanation for it, because you would think this would just be a normal habit that was bred into people, that they would escape. But this had to be like their programming, their internal programming had to have been overridden, that they literally just panicked and died. It's scary at what point, at how ridiculously stupid our population has gotten. Josh Street puts in the link to put in Dear Bops. Richie Poole says, now we have to see Deej do the truffle shuffle. No, we don't. Certainly not in this stream. Hey, you guys, says Deej. If Deej wants to do the shuffle truffle, he could do it in his own stream. Dear Bob, I'm having a life crisis. How do I know my soul is going to Sto-vo-kor? Well, if you're among the honored dead, if you die in battle and you believe in Sto-vo-kor, then you will go to Sto-vo-kor. As for me, I don't know. I don't know about Sto-vo-kor. I may have had a what did that call that? Not close encounter. That's a UFO, a near-death experience. I'm not sure. I mean, I was in a coma for a long time. I was very ill, near death. But all I remember from that time was very content, happy. I was in a place for an extended period of time that my body, I felt it was Hawaii. And like I was with my family and my loved ones, and I just felt like I had no worries, that I didn't have any worries in the world, that there was nothing to be afraid of, that everything worked out well, and there was nothing left for me to do but just enjoy my time and enjoy my contentment. And that's what I felt when I think back to being in the coma and whatnot. You know, I don't know. Was that a glimpse of the afterlife? For me, all I could think so is I would hope so. I would hope so, because if that's what awaits, then it's certainly nothing to be scared of. I don't know. I don't know. Kronos says, you will never reach Sto-vo-kor. Well, to be honest, Kronos, I would believe you, because as I can't do battle anymore, that would be a true statement. But the thing is, I'm not Klingon, so I only pretend to be. Josh Reed says, Kronos, can't Romulans like Bird of Prey even get to. I'm not Romulan either, Josh Street. Deej is Bird of Prey. Check your dang Twitter DM. God damn it, Deej. Twitter DM. Deej sent a video. God damn it, I don't want to see no truffle shuffle. I'm not. God damn it. Hold on. Let me. There you guys go. There you guys go. A little Deej truffle shuffle. I can't believe I actually showed that. Kronos says, you're not a winking Klingon. You could have fooled me. Indeed says, got him. Yeah, Richie Fool says, you, Bird Prey, you once cut Deej into tiny pieces from your bed. That's a battle worthy of Stovacor. Qapla. Qapla. Yeah, that was an anti-tracker super chat. And Kronos says, I don't even have to see the vid. Wiggle, wiggle, says Kronos. Dear Bop, hello, bird. I wanted to send you a note of gratitude as your advice was so useful in helping my brother and I with our dad. As Steve told you on Friday, we're having problems with our dad, getting very angry and yelling at the TV whenever a show comes on he doesn't agree with. Again last night, he was watching Fantasy Island and he kept yelling, "Where is the stinking midget?" Steve and I had to take away anything heavy from the area so he wouldn't chuck it at the TV screen. Anyway, we have enrolled our father in a group right here in our rural farm town in Illinois where he can meet with others like him and talk about their issues in a peaceful manner. We are hoping for a positive outcome. And I just want to say, I think it's kind of rich that Deej doesn't admit to having kids, as I see this as part of his mental issues. I think he doesn't want Sisopre to know that he has 2 adult children, as he believes he has a shot with her. Anyway, thank you again, and we'll continue to keep you updated with our dad's progress. Edith Eddie Odyssey. Deej named us after Steve Lawrence and Eddie Jerome, I guess. They were his favorite singers back in the day. Yeah, that makes sense. Good luck and Godspeed to Deej. Kronos says they're called little persons. They're called whatever Deej wants to call them. Huh? Dear Bob, I wanted to tell you that you're a miracle worker. I went with the yellow Star Trek nightgown. Had a wonderful evening with my friends. I thought we read this already. By the way, you're right about the yellow material being the most sheer, as I could not keep my hands off the other guys off me. And just for edification, I don't get why your viewers get so wrapped up in sexual identity with a name. My name has always been Gary since I was born. Yes, I have a wiener, but I identify as a female. Big whoops. Get over it, guys. It's not the 1950s anymore. No, okay, this is not that Gary. God damn it. Dear Bob. Hello, Mr. Bob. No, you don't. You don't. I'm gonna see. This is not even worth reading. I'm sorry, guys. You got to do better than this. You got to do better. We're not going to go with with garbage anymore. Okay. Dear Bob, my 24-year-old son is in rehab for the second time. We paid for the first, but we're not financing this one. He has moved in and out of our home since he was 18. We have tried written agreements, but he doesn't follow them. We let him move back in after his first day in rehab, despite the fact he has stolen from us and has failed to get a job, etc. He not only didn't get a job, he also didn't help around the house or do any of the other things he promised. 1 month later, he began using again. He claims to be taking rehab seriously this time and wants to move back in with us when he gets out. He says he now realizes he can't stay clean while following the 12 steps, including acknowledging a higher power and without the support of his family. Over the past year, we spent several $1,000s helping him solve his problems. One question is, will we be enabling him by letting him return to our home, or would it be best to help him transition to a halfway house? Supportive Kurogans. That's a tough one. If you really put your foot down, don't allow any stealing, and you want to try one more time in your own house, then no, I don't think you'd be enabling him. I think you're giving him one last chance is probably the right thing to do. But if there is stealing, if there is lying, if there is cheating, then yes, that would be enabling him. And you should definitely pursue removing him from the house at that point. Now, I know it's easier said than done, and if he's halfway smart, he will know how to milk the system to keep himself in the house as long as possible. But frankly, that will require him getting up for appointments and keeping things and whatnot. So if that keeps him sober, then it might be worth it. And if it doesn't, well, then he will lose and you will prevail. Dear great leader, Berto Prey 5, Karoga Miner number 1170 here. The mine manager doesn't let us watch TV, wherever that is, but he does let us watch your screen room on the days you have DS9 and the movies. Deep Space Nine is the best show I've ever seen, and you do a great job at commentary at it. Of course, I haven't seen any other shows or other commentaries. We don't get those here. Thanks again, oh great leader. Number 1170, back to work. You are welcome, number 1170. Enjoy your breaks. I'm sure they make you more efficient in the long run. Mental note, have number 1170 blinded. Right? 11.7, I'm sure it's fine. Just blind them all. Unless they really need to see. Just keep one of them with eyes for every given work order. They can be the eyes for everyone. Thank you. Dear Bob, Due to the completely legal order by President Biden, we are now requiring monetized YouTubers to prove vaccination status in order to keep the channel active. You have until September 30th to show proof of your vaccination status, or your channel will be taken down. Thank you, Karen Rudolph, YouTube. Yeah, Karen, I got your proof right here. Come check my blood. Come, check my blood. Dear Berto Bright 5, hey Joe, this is Dixon. I have begun to brew an alcoholic apple cider I wish to sell for this upcoming holiday season and would love to have you as official spokesman. I cannot pay you, but if you say our slogan, I will send you a 6-pack, and all you need to say is Dixon Cider, just the way I like it. Purchase yours at www. Yeah, no, I think not. I highly doubt this is a legit site. Yeah, I didn't think it could. I tell you what, you get that site up and running, and then I will go ahead and I will continue to read what's there. Who is Joe? Asked Kronos. I don't know. I think they meant Aussie O'Prey, because Aussie, it's Joey's or little kangaroos. I don't know. I can do it in Aussie voice. Oi, the Dixon Cider, just the way I like it. Purchase yours at www.dixonsidermakesme.com. That's www.dixonsidermakesme.com. Oi, the Aussie O'Prey thumbs up, which means it's a thumbs down to you people on the other side of the earth. But don't worry, it's a thumbs up here. Okay, that was terrible. Are there any more Dear Bops? I don't think there are, but just in case, we'll see. Okay, no, we are back to the chat. Kronos is Bird of Prey. You don't play Sim City anymore. WTF? If you mean City Skylines, actually, well, no, I haven't played it today. I did watch someone else for a couple minutes play it, so I'm really close to playing City Skylines again. On the other hand, I did also pre-purchase Call of Duty Vanguard today, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Richie Pools is Kronos. I miss the days when Bird of Prey would play City Skylines. I know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do some City Skylines again. I know you miss it. I miss it too. I feel like after a few minutes playing, everybody gets bored. But I'm sure I can find a way to play it. So guys, here's the deal. Yesterday I released 3 videos. All of them were uploaded videos. First, I released video on the Strange New Worlds panel, on the bombshell, on the casting, that we're going to have a character related to Khan Nulian Singh. Apparently his great granddaughter or somebody to that effect serves aboard the Enterprise. And that just blew my mind when I thought of all the ramifications that would have if that was a prequel. They also picked a terrible person to play Uhura, who looks nothing like Uhura. For reasons unknown, they're bringing back Dr. Mbenga and Nurse Chapel, which all means that neither Uhura, Nurse Chapel, or Dr. Mbenga can ever die, can ever be put at risk, because you always know they're going to come out of it regardless of what happens, as will Captain Pike, because his fate has also been sealed. So there's no risk of him ever dying. And even though it's episodic track and every episode is supposed to start more or less over again, at least in TNG and DS9, we did have main characters die unexpectedly, but it happened. And every time it didn't in TNG, like after Tasha died, there was always the risk Picard could have died, or Riker could have died, or Geordi could have died. It just so happened, or Data, we got through the rest of the series without there being a major death. So when you have a crew where, the 3 or 4 of the 7 have the most protective bodily plot armor one could possibly have, it just doesn't make it like a very fun show. Anyway, so that was one episode. Then I put out my Lower Decks trailer and trailer review, not trailer, my Lower Decks review for episode 5, season 2, episode 5, the disappointing in duplers or something, an embarrassment of duplers, which duplers are the self-replicating minds of the humanoid animal species. Completely impossible, but they were there. And then finally last night, originally uploaded to the members only section, and then late last night, just as I was ready to go to bed, I put into public, was the Star Trek Picard trailer review. So now at some point later tonight, I intend to release my Star Trek Prodigy trailer review video. And then that's it. We'll be back on track, and no pun intended. But that will get my Star Trek Day stuff all up to speed. So Josh reads, as I miss the days of Bird of Prey crashing his barely designed ships named after U.S. presidents. So that was space engineers. Colonel says, you don't play SimCity anymore. I read that. So with that, guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed my reminiscing about September 10th, a day which we, I think, all miss. Number one sci-fi says pew, pew, pew. Yeah, pew, pew, pew. That was not one of my favorite parts. of the Prodigy trailer. I was not a big fan of Prodigy trailer, which is a shame because I was a big fan of their pre-credits scene or their credits scene that they released a few weeks back. That I did like. This trailer was kind of the opposite of that. But with that, guys, I'm going to get going. I'll be around a little bit, but my main thing will be to be watching Friday Night Tights later. Once Alex Jones leaves, then I might head over to Anti-Tracker or something and see how Jep Nerdy is going. So I will see you guys out there. Qapla, bird out. And oh yeah, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, Cinema Saturday, Flight 93. In the morning, I believe I'll be on Captain Trek stream. And at 10 a.m., I plan to be on Jedi Bill's stream for September 11th memorial, or the September 11th memorial stream Jedi Bill is doing. It was 9 a.m. Eastern. He seemed to change it to 10 a.m. Eastern. I don't know if that was just a mistake or what, but whatever time it is, I'll be there. Qapla all, bird out. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.birdoprey5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Dear Bop, affiliate links, and all your Birdo Prey 5 needs. At the main Birdo Prey 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live videos, YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, Birdo Prey 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. Remember, I stream almost every day. This is Birdo Prey 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Karoga.